Welcome to Healthier Daily. I am Dr. Ben Carter. I want to ask you a personal question. When you stand up from your favorite chair after watching TV, do you make a sound? Do you groan? Do your knees crack and pop? For millions of people over 60, moving around feels like walking on rusty hinges. The knees ache, the hips are stiff, and the legs feel weak and heavy. Most doctors will tell you this is just part of aging. They will tell you that your cartilage is wearing out like the tires on a car, and there is nothing you can do but take painkillers or wait for surgery. But I am here to tell you that is not the whole truth. Your body is not a car that just wears out. Your body is a living machine that can repair itself. The real problem is not that your body has forgotten how to build cartilage. The problem is that the construction crew inside your joints has gone on strike. They have stopped working. Why? Because you stopped sending them the building materials. To help us understand this, Dr. Hinohara is here. He has a wonderful way of explaining how we can get that construction crew back to work.
Thank you, Dr. Ben. Yes, we must change how we see our pain. I want you to imagine your knees and your joints are like a sturdy brick wall. This wall holds you up. It allows you to walk, run, and dance. Over time, the wind and the rain of life damage this wall. Bricks fall out. The mortar cracks. This is what you feel as pain. Now inside your body, you have tiny workers called fibroblasts. Their only job is to put new bricks in the wall. They want to fix it. But imagine those workers show up to the construction site in the morning, and there are no bricks. There is no cement. There is no water. What can they do? They sit down. They cannot build a wall out of thin air. Most seniors are trying to fix their joints with medicine, which just hides the pain. But they are starving the workers. Today, we are going to deliver the supplies.
That is the perfect picture. We need to restart the supply chain. The opponent video gave you a list of 8 foods, but a list is just a list. We are going to turn those 8 foods into the architect protocol. We are going to organize them into 3 delivery teams. Team number 1 brings the raw materials, the bricks. Team number 2 brings the cement and the tools, the activators. And team number 3 is the security guard. They stop the damage from happening again. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to eat to rebuild your natural collagen and get your legs strong again. Before we meet the first team, I want to know, where does it hurt the most? Is it your knees, your hips, or maybe your ankles? Tell us in the comments below so we know who we are helping. And if you are ready to open the gates and let the construction trucks in now, is the perfect time to hit that subscribe button. Let us get building.
Welcome back. We are standing at the construction site of your knees. The workers, those little cells called fibroblasts, are ready. They have their hard hats on, but they are looking at us and asking, where are the bricks? You cannot build a wall out of air. You need physical material. This brings us to team number 1, the raw materials. These are the foods that provide the actual stuff your cartilage is made of.
That is exactly right. And the captain of this team is a food that your grandmother probably made, but we have forgotten about it. Food number 6, bone broth. This is not just soup. This is liquid gold for your joints. Think about it. What happens when you simmer chicken bones or beef bones for 12 hours? The heat melts the cartilage and the tendons from the bone into the water. When you drink that broth, you are drinking pure type 2 collagen. It is the most direct way to get the materials. It is like taking the bricks from an old building, cleaning them up and using them to build your new wall. It is full of a special nutrient called glycine. Glycine is the primary brick in the collagen wall. Without it, the structure is weak.
And Dr. Ben, there is a bonus here. Bone broth is very soothing for the stomach. Many seniors have achy joints because they have a leaky gut. Inflammation from the stomach travels to the knees. Bone broth seals the stomach and feeds the joints. It is a double victory.
Now we need the second member of the raw material team. Bone broth gives us the glycine, but we need another type of brick to lock it in place. Food number 2, eggs, specifically the whites. Eggs are nature's perfect package. But for collagen, the magic is in the egg white. The white part is loaded with proline. If glycine is the brick, proline is the shape of the brick. It allows the collagen rope to twist and turn without breaking.
I tell my patients, do not be afraid of eggs. For years we were told to avoid them because of cholesterol. But that science has changed. If you want strong legs, you need that protein. A simple omelet or 2 hard-boiled eggs gives your construction crew the proline they are begging for.
So this is phase 1. You are drinking your bone broth, the glycine bricks. You are eating your eggs, the proline bricks. Now the construction site is full of bricks. The workers are happy. But here is the problem. You can pile 1,000,000 bricks in a heap, but that does not make a wall. If you just stack them up and the wind blows, they will fall down. You need something to stick them together. You need cement.
This is where most people fail. They eat the protein, but they forget the activators. They forget the glue. Welcome back. We have the bricks, the protein from broth and eggs. The construction site is piled high with materials. But if you try to build a wall just by stacking dry bricks on top of each other, what happens? The first time you step on it, the wall crumbles. It collapses. Why? Because you forgot the mortar. You forgot the cement that holds the bricks together. This brings us to team number 2, the activators.
And the most important bucket of cement in the human body is vitamin C. Now, most people think vitamin C is just for fighting a cold or the flu. But actually, vitamin C is the foreman of the construction crew. Without vitamin C, the workers' fibroblasts literally cannot turn the protein into collagen. The machinery stops.
I want to tell you a quick story from history to prove this. Think about the ancient sailors who got scurvy. They didn't have fresh fruit, no vitamin C for months at sea. Do you know what happened to them? Their teeth fell out. Their joints became weak. And amazingly, their old scars opened up. Think about that. Wounds that had healed years ago suddenly opened up again. Why? Because their body stopped making collagen. The glue dissolved. That is how important vitamin C is. Without it, you physically fall apart.
That is a terrifying but perfect example. So we need to bring the vitamin C truck to the site. The opponent's video mentioned food number 8, citrus fruits, lemons, oranges, grapefruits. These are excellent. Putting lemon juice in your water is a great way to keep a steady supply of cement coming in all day. But if you want the super cement, you need to look at the vegetable aisle. Food number 4, red bell peppers. This is the surprise champion. A red bell pepper has double the vitamin C of an orange, and it has far less sugar. For a senior, this is gold. And it has a secret weapon called capsaicin in mild amounts and antioxidants that calm inflammation. So when you eat a raw red bell pepper, you are dumping a massive load of high-quality cement right onto the construction site.
So now look at our wall. We have the bricks bone broth, chucker eggs. We have the cement bell peppers, cows, citrus. The wall is going up. It looks solid. But Dr. Ben, a wall is stiff. Our legs need to move. They need to bend. We don't just need a brick wall. We need a strong, flexible rope. We need something that allows the collagen to stretch without snapping.
That is right. We need to twist the fibers tight. And there is one special tool, a tiny mineral, that does the twisting. It is found in the #1 food on our list, the most powerful builder of all.
Welcome back. We have the bricks. We have the cement. The wall is standing. But Dr. Ben, the human body is not a static building. We move, we jump, we twist. If you built a stiff brick wall inside your knee the first time you jumped, it would crack. We need strength, yes. But we also need elasticity. We need bounce. We need to turn those collagen bricks into a flexible, unbreakable rope.
That is the perfect transition. And this brings us to the #1 food on our entire list. This is the secret weapon of collagen production. Food #1, pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. Now you might be thinking, seeds. How can a tiny seed be more important than bone broth? Here is the secret. It is not about the protein. It is about the tools. These seeds contain 2 critical minerals that act like the machinery on the construction site, copper and zinc. Let me explain the science simply. When your body first makes collagen, it looks like a loose, messy pile of string. It is weak. If you pull on it, it snaps. To make it strong, your body has to braid those strings together. It has to tie them in knots. This process is called cross-linking.
Think of a single thread of cotton. You can break it with your fingers easily. Now, think of a thick nautical rope that holds a cruise ship to the dock. That rope is just thousands of threads braided together tightly. Cross-linking is the braiding.
Exactly, and there is only one worker in your body who knows how to do this braiding. It is an enzyme called lysyl oxidase. And guess what? This enzyme runs on battery power, and the battery is copper. If you don't have enough copper from sunflower seeds, the enzyme stops working. The braiding stops. You end up with loose thread collagen. Your skin sags. Your joints feel loose and unstable.
And the zinc from pumpkin seeds is the stabilizer. It keeps the machinery from overheating. The opponent's video mentioned a study showing a 61% increase in collagen production when these minerals are present. That is a massive number. That is the difference between a creaky knee and a strong knee.
So here is the habit. Every single day, take a small handful of mixed seeds. Sunflower seeds for the copper, the braider, pumpkin seeds for the zinc, the stabilizer. Sprinkle them on your yogurt, put them in your salad, or just eat them as a snack. So now look at what we have built. We have the raw materials, broth eggs. We have the cement vitamin C, and we have the tools to braid it into a strong rope seeds. The structure is perfect. Your knee should be as good as new. But there is one final problem. You are building this beautiful new collagen during the day. But at night, there is a gang of vandals trying to break into the construction site and smash it down.
We need security. We need to protect the work we have done. We need the bodyguards. Welcome back. We have done the hard work. We delivered the bricks protein. We mixed the cement vitamin C. We braided the rope's copper, our zinc. Your construction site is looking beautiful. The new collagen is forming, but there is a tragedy that happens in the bodies of many seniors. You spend all day building this new tissue, but at night, a gang of vandals breaks in and destroys it. By morning, the wall is knocked down again.
That is a heartbreaking reality. In medicine, we call these vandals MMPs. Think of them as tiny scissors. Normally they are good, they clean up old damaged tissue. But when you have inflammation, swelling, these scissors go crazy. They start cutting everything. They cut the old cartilage, but they also cut the new collagen you just built. So we need team number 3, the bodyguards. These are the foods that disarm the vandals and put a shield around your joints. The captain of the security team is food number 7, garlic. We talked about garlic in other videos for the heart, but for joints it is unique. Garlic is full of sulfur. Sulfur does 2 things. It helps build the structure like a scaffolding. But more importantly, the compound allicin blocks the signal that turns on the tiny scissors. It tells the vandals go home. There is nothing to cut here.
So putting a little garlic in your dinner is like locking the gate at night. It keeps the work safe. But what about the weather? What about the rust that comes from aging? We need a protective coating. We need food number 5 berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries.
Exactly. Think of berries as rust-proofing paint. The pigment that makes them blue or red, anthocyanins, is a powerful antioxidant. It coats your collagen fibers. So when oxidative stress, the biological rust, attacks your knee, it hits the berry shield instead of your cartilage. The opponent's video mentioned a reduction in swelling markers. This is why. It cools the joint down. And finally, we need to protect the ground the wall stands on. If you build a strong wall on soft sand, it will sink. We need a solid foundation. This brings us to food number 3, leafy greens. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard. These greens are packed with vitamin K. Vitamin K ensures that the bone underneath your cartilage is hard and dense. It acts as the anchor. If your bone is soft, the cartilage cracks. If the bone is strong, thanks to vitamin K, the cartilage stays smooth.
So look at the complete picture now. Garlic locks the gate against vandals. Berries paint a shield against rust. Greens reinforce the foundation. Now you have the full team, the raw materials, the activators, the bodyguards. But, Dr. Ben, my patients are busy. They cannot spend all day thinking about 8 different foods. We need to make this simple. We need a daily menu that combines all of these into a simple routine.
So let's take a step back and look at the restoration project we have planned today. We started with a scary reality, the construction strike. The workers in your joints had stopped building. The opponent's video gave you a list of 8 foods, but now you have the architect's protocol. You understand the team's phase 1, the bricks, bone broth, and eggs. You need the raw protein. Phase 2, the activators, vitamin C peppers, and the secret weapon seeds, copper, zinc. You need to glue and braid the materials. Phase 3, the bodyguards, garlic, berries, and greens. You need to stop the vandals.
Now, the final question is, how do you eat this? You do not need to memorize a textbook. You just need to create synergy on your plate. When you eat these foods together, they work 10 times faster than when you eat them alone. Here is a simple architect's menu for one day.
Breakfast, the construction bowl. Take a bowl of yogurt or eat your eggs. That is your brick. Top it with a handful of berries, the shield, and sprinkle on the most important part, pumpkin and sunflower seeds, the tools. In one bowl, you have activated the entire machinery. Dinner, the protection stir-fry. Start with a base of leafy greens, the foundation. Sauté them with garlic and red bell peppers, the security and cement. Add a protein or have a cup of bone broth on the side. You are sending the supply trucks directly to your knees while you sleep.
It is delicious, it is simple, and it is powerful. If you do this consistently, the strike will end. The workers will pick up their tools, and slowly, brick by brick, that wall will get strong again. You will stand up from your chair, and there will be no sound, no groan, just movement.
That is the goal. Independence. You are the architect of your own body. You have the blueprint. Now you just need to order the materials. If this construction site metaphor finally made sense of nutrition for you, please do us a great favor and hit that like button. It helps us reach more seniors who are living in pain unnecessarily. And please share this video. Send it to a friend who complains about their bad knees. Tell them I found the missing bricks. If you are not yet part of our Healthier Daily community, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. We are committed to bringing you these deep dive science-backed systems every single week. And for our final foreman's question, which team is missing from your diet right now? Are you missing the bricks protein, the tools seeds, or the bodyguard's garlic berries? We would love to read your inventory check in the comments below. And as always, a final critical reminder. The information in this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you have kidney disease, be careful with high-protein bone broth. If you are on blood thinners, be careful with high amounts of vitamin K greens and garlic. Always show your diet plan to your doctor to ensure it is safe for you.
Thank you for joining us. Build wisely, build strong, be well.